What's up guys, it is I, once again, Yusuf Al-Sanad, and wow, it's been a very long time guys. I'm sorry I haven't uploaded any video since my review of the Good Dinosaur, but I've been going through some issues in my life I had to deal with, and I haven't even uploaded any videos for the past 2 weeks on my other channel where I focus on gaming. But today guys, I want to give you all my top 10 list of favorite movies from 2015, which is a bit late, but I had to do a marathon of watching all the films from 2015 I missed. And here are the list right here. I'm going to give some honorable mentions first before I get to the top 10 list. And in the top 10 list from number 10 to 1, I will be talking about each films in order and describing why do I like these movies and what exactly about them do I find good. Now, the honorable mentions are right here. They are Star Wars The Force Awakens, Bridge of Spies, Straight Outta Compton, The Gift, Ex Machina, Tomorrowland, The Revenant, Freetown, Minions, and No Escape. Now, the top 10 lists are as followed. Number 10, The Good Dinosaur. The Good Dinosaur, guys, is a Pixar movie which I really do love. It's Pixar's second film from 2015 after Inside Out, and this movie honestly had a very beautiful story, a heartfelt bond between two characters, Arlo and Spot, who I really do love, and how they grow to understand each other despite the lack of communication. And it's a really great movie with a lot of heart. At number 9 we have Mad Max Fury Road. Mad Max Fury Road is a very interesting film because the very first time I watched it, as you guys can tell in my review of the movie on my channel, it wasn't a movie I was really into. I gave it a kinda mixed review, but over time I started to like the movie more and more, and the movie has a lot of great things I love and adore about it. The action was intense and insane. Tom Hardy was exceptional. Charlize Theron was so awesome and incredible. Nicholas Hoult was very sympathetic and strong, and I love the main villain, Immortan Joe, who I did not mention by name in my review, but Immortan Joe is a great villain, and George Miller gave us a great Mad Max film and a great action movie in general, and one I'll be watching for many years to come. At number 8 we have Robert Zemeckis' The Walk. This movie is it's a very funny, enjoyable, and a very dramatic film about the real life story of Philippe Petit, and it's a story which inspired me, and it really has a lot of heart, like all the films on my list does. And it's a film that has a great performance in Joseph Gordon-Levitt, as well as Charlotte Le Bon, a Canadian-French actress, and James Badgedale, who I did not recognize as Jean-Pierre, or known as JP. And you have many other great performances, especially by the great Ben Kingsley. And this movie is so much fun. It's the most fun I had in a Robert Zemeckis film since Beowulf, or especially since Forrest Gump, which I love. And guys, The Walk is a great fun movie I really do love and adore. At number 7 we have The Martian. The Martian was directed by Ridley Scott and stars Matt Damon and many other cast members. This movie is so great, guys. I really do love The Martian. It's one of the most fun I had at the theater in quite a long time, especially the fact that Ridley Scott previously made Exodus, Gods and Kings, which I did not like, guys. Actually, I hate that movie. But The Martian was a huge huge step up from Exodus, Gods and Kings, and gives me back the Ridley Scott I knew, who made Gladiator, Blade Runner, Alien, and so many other great films of the past. And this movie it has a lot of comedy, a lot of drama, a lot of heart. It has a great central performance in Matt Damon, who is so likable, as are the other characters, and you understand their motivation. And unlike Interstellar, which is more of a philosophical type film, this movie is more of an action drama, and I really do felt for the characters. I really did love this movie, guys, and I still do. At number 6 we have When Marnie Was There, which is the last film by Studio Ghibli. And guys, the Tale of the Princess Kaguya will always be my favorite Studio Ghibli film, along with Grave of the Fireflies, because I felt those movies had the gritty and more like heartfelt story, and I felt so bad by the end, but at the same time I saw the beauty in the story. But in the case of When Marnie Was There, it's a very hopeful, a very beautiful, and it's such a sweet film about these two girls, Anna and Marnie, who bond with each other when Anna goes to visit her family in the countryside. And this movie is very fitting to be Studio Ghibli's last movie, despite how much I love the Kaguya. And this film is amazing, guys. I mean, it has one of the most hopeful endings I've ever seen in a movie. It's so beautiful, so heartwarming, and it just broke me down like a lot of Studio Ghibli's films do. And guys, this movie, you have to watch it. You just have to. And at number 5 we have The Hunger Games Mockingjay Part 2. The Hunger Games Mockingjay Part 2 wasn't well received by many people. It got some mixed reviews, some positive and some negative. But from where I stand, I love this movie, especially the fact that my brothers are a huge fan of the book series, and I thought this movie ended in a very good way. It cleared every character's story arcs. It tied in everything that was building up to this point. There was some minor issues I have with certain character motivations and certain scenes that kind of made me bored, but at times it got me into the movie again. But this movie overall is a great end to the Hunger Games story and the story of Katniss Everdeen and how the games will never leave her. And this movie, guys, is amazing. It's one of the best action films that has one of the greatest female protagonist I've ever seen in a movie before. And guys, this film is truly amazing, and it's one of those series like the Harry Potter films or like the Lord of the Rings I will never ever forget. At number 4 we have Far From the Madding Crowd by Thomas Vinterberg, who also directed The Hunt and many other Danish films. This movie is not as cerebral or as gritty or dark or grim as The Hunt was, but this movie is a very beautiful drama that is a period piece that tells a story of a young woman named Bathsheba Everdeen, who is a very independent, strong woman, and how many men are trying to win her heart and ask her for her hands in marriage. And among those 3 men, we have one of the main protagonists, Matthias Schoener, who acts alongside Carey Mulligan as Bathsheba. He's one of those characters I relate most in any movies in the past few years. And I really do love the fact that this movie does discuss the role men and women have in society. And this movie, guys, is just so incredible. It's not Thomas Vinterberg's best film, but I really do think it's one of the best movies of 2015 and one of my absolute favorites. At number 3 we have Southpaw, directed by Antoine Fuqua, and this movie is just so incredible, guys. I mean, yes, it's a cliche boxing film, but the boxing, like the Rocky films and like Creed, the film by Ryan Coogler, isn't so much about the boxing, but more about the drama that goes on in this man's life. The man that is played by Jake Gyllenhaal, who loses his wife at the beginning of the movie, and how he's trying his best to care for his daughter who's been taken into an orphanage, and how he wants to win her back, but it's just so hard because he's never been able to take care of himself, and his wife and daughter has been doing that for him, and how he's trying to make up for his past mistakes or sins, and it's just eating him alive. And guys, honestly, coming from me, someone who wants to be a parent, most of all, it's my dream actually to be a parent to my own little baby girl. I felt so much for Jake Gyllenhaal and his daughter. I absolutely broke down by the end. And the fact that Jake Gyllenhaal is playing a character who is so... he's not able to control his emotions, nor is he able to keep that side of him, that beast inside him contained. I felt exactly like that character at times, because guys, there was so much about Jake Gyllenhaal's character that felt so real, so honest, and so relatable to me. It was scary, and I loved by the end. The ending was just absolutely beautiful, guys. It's one of those endings that really gave me a big smile on my face as I was crying, and as I was leaving the theater proud that I saw a great movie. It's not perfect. It has a lot of cliche things about it, like all boxing films do. But Southpaw is a great movie that just so happens to be a boxing movie, and I absolutely love this film, guys. At number 2, we have Creed, Ryan Coogler's film, which is a spiritual successor to the Rocky films, and how it follows the story of Adonis Johnson, also known as Adonis Creed. Adonis Creed is the son of the late great Apollo Creed, who died in the 4th Rocky film, and how the effects of having no father in his life, and how he's been taking care of himself most of his entire life in juvenile detention center, and how he was taken in by his mother, who is the widow of Apollo, and how he has all he knows is how to fight despite being educated, despite being a man of stature. He's not able to live that kind of life that a lot of people with his intellect would live, and how he wants to do what his father's always been doing and what he's more passionate about, that's boxing, except he's not able to live up to his father's name, so he finds a trainer in Sylvester Stallone who's returning as Rocky, and this movie has absolutely one of the best stories I've seen from 2015 by far. Ryan Coogler tells a story that is not typically a Rocky film like the Rocky sequels have been, but it is a movie that follows the story of Adonis. Rocky's in it, but this is ultimately Adonis' story and how he overcomes his personal demons. And like Southpaw and Jake Gyllenhaal's character, I related so much to Donnie. I felt for him, I cared about him. At number 1, finally, we have Pixar's Inside Out. And guys, this movie, Inside Out, is my absolute favorite of Pixar's movie. And this is my absolute favorite movie of last year. I love this film, guys. No words can describe how much love I have for it. I mean, yes, the animation is absolutely gorgeous. The story is as heartfelt as all Pixar films have been. But one of the main reasons why I love this movie so much is that it has a character in Riley who's going through these 5 stages in her life. Those 5 stages being her emotions: anger, sadness, disgust, joy, and fear. All those emotions, and how it comes to fruition in the end, and how she's trying to learn how to control these emotions depending on how her emotions react. And those emotions in her mind, they make out her livelihood, and they make out how she reacts to certain situations. And all people in real life go through these stages, and how this is probably one of the most relatable movies by Pixar, and every one of their movies are so relatable and great. But what got me hooked on the story, and Riley's story in particular, was the fact that by the end, and what happens to her, and how she goes through these phases, it really hit home, guys. I went through almost every single one of those stages, almost to a point I felt nothing at all for people in real life. And those emotions is just so hard, guys. I mean, physical pain is very hurtful, but psychological, emotional pain is like a stab in the gut, and that's what really got me about this movie. It's very authentic and real how it captures those emotions, and Riley's story and how she learns to manage her life and control her emotions. It's just so real and so authentic. I love the comedy in this movie, which is so much fun, especially when they bring the character Bing Bong in the story. I love Bing Bong, he's my boy, and I love just how this movie is just, it has a lot of, extremely a lot of heart. It has so much humor and so much comedy, especially the voice acting is incredible, guys. I love Amy Poehler as Joy. I love all the other cast members. My god, I don't know their names, but guys, this movie is just so great. This is not just Pixar's best movie, but this is actually one of my favorite movies of all time, and I really do love this movie, guys. This is a film I'll be watching for many years to come, just like Blues Warmest Color, just like Brokeback Mountain, just like all the great films on my list. Inside Out is a masterpiece, and it's a must watch, guys. It really is. Well, guys, thank you so much for watching. I apologize if this video where I stammered sometimes, I'm sorry about that, but man, I'm a bit rusty because of how long it's been since I last made a video. But I hope you enjoy, and guys, honestly, thank you so much. I mean, you guys, I really do mean it. You guys have really been there for me from the very beginning, and a lot of tough things have happened in life, but life is too short to just give up, and honestly, guys, you have been there for me. Thank you so much, and please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, check out my gaming channel, and until next time, guys, peace out, take care, I love you all, and adios amigos, au revoir, and sayonara.